So Steve, I'm really curious about episode 116 of the Adelaide Show podcast. What can we expect?
It's grueling. It took me on a journey that I wasn't expecting into the deep recesses of thought about psychology for National Psychology Week. I'm going to remember it for a long time.
It's good. It's good to have memory of things.
I think, generally speaking, memories of things is a good thing. Some of the memories of what Nigel said tonight in particular will haunt me for the rest of my life.
So Steve, can you tell me what's brought you here today?
I think what attracted me the most was the ability to learn about how psychologists think. For National Psychology Week, everything's about us going to psychologists. But what I wanted was to learn about how psychologists actually think. And I did that. And I think that's going to stay with me a long time.
Sounds as if there was a real impression made on you tonight.
Definitely. It's like coins dropped. Coins I did not even know existed. Coins that were worth more than their denomination. And I look forward to spending some of those coins in my relationships in the future, thanks to this podcast. Hi everyone, and welcome to the preview video for episode 116 of the Adelaide Show. It's the very special National Psychology Week edition, comes out tonight. And I have two psychologists, one either side. I never leave home without them. In fact, if I had an entourage, I would want psychologists around me and a cognitive scientist. I'd feel so resilient. I would. Every decision I could just bounce off my group. Imagine that, driving along. Oh, left or right?
Left.
Left? Oh.
Straight ahead.
Left, right, straight ahead. Fantastic. It's whatever resounds with my values, isn't it?
That's right. Whatever choice you make.
So look, we actually go deep into a whole lot of very serious topics, some fun topics as well, into the realm of psychology. We're sitting on the couch in your office here at Attuned Psychology. People don't lie on it, do they?
No, they don't, Steve.
So the little bit of footage we had with me lying on the couch, what do you feel inside when you feel that being associated with psychology?
It's a bit outdated, Steve.
Outdated?
Time to get with the program.
Is that about me or about just that idea?
Probably both.
You see, I'm lucky I came to this resilience this week. It's been quite vicious. No, it hasn't really.
It's been a long night.
It has been a long night.
So you're getting that.
We are.
We're all human, after all.
How would you summarise the main things we take away from psychology? We talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out, how to be aware of that. We talk about
Mindfulness.
mindfulness, absolutely, which is being present in the moment, not just being driven by the present moment, but being present in the moment. Nigel, what do you take away from our psychological discussion tonight?
Probably there'll be certain researchers whose name will never be able to be thought of again by our colleagues here without some small amount of trauma.
Yes, exactly. But ultimately the message is about well-being, how to enhance your well-being in life. I think that's the takeaway from tonight, and a whole lot of fun along the way. It's been wonderful. And theadelaideshow.com.au, download, listen to us there. If you have a podcast player, look for The Adelaide Show, subscribe, listen in, and enjoy.
So Steve, when I mention the words soft, rich and full flavoured, what comes to your mind?
Me. I think there's a softness. I think there's a wealth of knowledge I've taken from this week's show, but I haven't tasted myself, so I don't know about the full flavoured.
And velvety tannins. What does that bring to your mind?
I think the curtains in Alexandra's office is the first thing that springs to my mind of velvety tannins. And also potentially the name of a rabbit in a children's book. I think velvety tannins would be a lovely, noble rabbit.
So, Mr. Velvety Tannins, you could associate with?
Children's books.
Okay.
Waistcoats and little fluffy tails.
And the words fleshy mid-palate, what does that bring to your mind?
Fleshy mid-palate. Well, it does bring Tinder to mind because we talked about that in the podcast tonight, and I believe there is things of that ilk. Oh, the wine we had tonight had a fleshy mid-palate from Fox Creek at McLaren Vale. Beautiful, beautiful duet, Cabernet Merlot. Oh, Mr. Velvety Tannins.
That's fine.